Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's good to have you back. Welcome back to another DIY how to make this beautiful side ruffle. So let's get started. If you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. And if you do that for me, thank you for your love and your support. I love you so much. So let's get started. So in this project, we're going to need our fiber, our fabric, our turban cap, scissors, needle and thread, and the sewing machine. So let's get started. So that's my fiber. So a lot of people be asking me, where can I get fiber? Fiber is very easy to get. You can easily get it from those people that sell materials on how to make pillow and bed sheet. So you can get a fiber from them. So the first thing we're going to do now, I'll be showing you the measurement for this DIY. The measurement I use here, I use 12 inches by 57 inches. That is 12 inches wide by 57 inches long. 12 inches wide and 57 inches long. So we are going to sew that part. You sew it and you turn it out. You sew and you turn it out. So the next thing I'm doing here, I'm pulling my fiber inside. If you check my previous video on how to make a side rough, you're going to say make that part, just pulling your fiber. For those of you that used to ask me the measurement for fiber, just use half of the length of the material. So you use your hand to arrange the plating out. So this is the ruffle part before we go to the twisted part. So this is the ruffle part, and this is what you're going to do. Just what I'm doing, it's very easy. If you are seeing my video for the first time, welcome to Ask of Me now. Thank you for being part of this family. Just subscribe. So this way you're going to arrange the plating out just the way I'm doing it right now. It's very easy. And the next thing we're going to be doing, I'm going to close that part. I'll be closing the fiber part. I'll be using my needle and thread to sew the part. Just what I'm doing. I'll use my needle and thread. And when you're working with your turban, make sure you use this small needle. It's very easy when you're using small needle. Just what I'm doing, I'm going to sew that part. I'll sew it very tight. I'm going to add the fiber inside. And make sure when you're sewing it with the fiber so that the fiber will not get loose inside back. So just we're going to sew it. And the next thing you're going to do is go to the other side and cut out the fiber. Then you're going to sew it. See what I'm doing? So just keep arranging the fiber. Just see what I'm doing. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sew this part. I'll cut my fiber. Just see the way I'm doing it. I'll cut it and I'm going to use my needle and thread just the way I did the other part. And the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to sew it to the turban body. I'm going to sew it to the turban body. I'll use my needle and thread to tack that part, sew it in and out. You make sure you sew it very tight, just the way I'm doing it. You sew it in and out, just sew it very tight. Make sure it's very tight when you're sewing yours. Just what I'm doing is very easy.
Clouds are stirring up the sky. I was always in denial of what I saw right in front of me. And every time I'm so damn lost to what I.
So the next thing we're going to be doing here, we're going to fold that part just where I sew that part. It's very easy. Just use your hand. So just what I'm doing with my hand, and I will sew it. Just what I'm doing. You sew it with your needle and thread. It's very easy. Just what I'm doing. Just focus on what I'm doing there. You sew it with your needle and thread. Make sure it's very tight. You go to the next part. See what I'm doing? You fold with your hands and you sew it. Just what I'm doing is very easy to do. Just see what you can do in enough of it. Just see what I'm doing. You sew it. You sew that part.